And we're on. All right, so a
So you came across a cat,
a one of I think one of your brothers who got a
a
walk
dude,
away, who the whole Ziggy fiasco where they found
who?
Ziggy.
Ziggy?
Yeah, that fiasco. The guy I watched the video. His name was Ronnie Harrow. He was NLR.
Yeah.
So does that ring any bells?
Ziggy does.
Okay. What?
Um, Ronnie Harold, Ziggy is Greg's story. Did you know? Uh, did you know Greg's story?
No, I don't. Like he was saying Bobby Ray and Ziggy, Dan Christensen, Bobby Crane, aka New York. I heard of him. Jerry Caldwell, you know. Oh wait, no, that's a different one. But yeah, those are some of the names he said, and I was like, whoa. So Ziggy had a whole situation where they like you guys had to back him up, right?
Who's Ziggy?
Yeah.
So what is he saying?
He said that he took the step under Ziggy, and then they found out that Ziggy was an informant, and anyone made under Ziggy got the option to step back or be put on hold.
Who Ziggy did?
Yeah, apparently Ziggy was working for the cops, and he was saying that he came in under him and Bobby Ray, and then they found that out and they said
You
back
talk about you talk you talk about Baby Ray
maybe
instead of Bobby Ray, Baby Ray, the one that got strangled.
maybe if he was close with Ziggy, it probably is.
And
Do, do you know?
Ziggy was with Mac. Ziggy was with Mac in Leavenworth. Ziggy's the one that killed Bubba to get in the car to make his bones. And Bubba, this is what got Mac indicted for narcotics trafficking at Leavenworth because he wasn't moving a lot of weight or nothing. And what happened then is, they're back in the whole shooting dope. They're all high. They're all fucked up. Mac is fighting all these self-incriminating oaths and passing them around. Uh, and I even asked him too. I told him, "Why did you write all these fucking notes to people? Talk about all your drug activities and our drug activities, which at that time, was brand drug activities and stuff. And why would you do that? And then you're saying it, you're writing it in your handwriting with your fingerprints on it, signing your name to it, and sending it to these motherfuckers that are down the road. Why would you do that?" He said, "Well, I thought they were good guys." I told him, "What's that got to do with it?" So the thing is Ziggy wanted to get in the car. So all of a sudden, they're thinking there's something wrong, that there's a rat in the wood pile. Well, there's multiple rats in the wood pile. And the thing is the rats in the wood pile are the ones that Mac is trusting, thinking that he's sending these fucking notes to. They're actually working with the SIS intel. And so the thing but they don't know, Mac, his fucking, his shit is fucked up. He's thinking Bubba is the informant when in fact it's the actual ones that are all the way up underneath him. So the thing he says, "Well, there's a rat, so we got to get him." And he just, and these guys, they're using dope. They really don't have any, real clarity of mind, man. They're fucked up. Their brains are fucked up. So they decided, so they're going to kill him. So when they go to the yard, inside their group yard, and they got a piece out there, and they get the piece to Ziggy, and they tell Ziggy go on and hit Bubba. So that's what he does, and he kills fucking Bubba. And what happened is prior to that, everybody's moving dough. All the different tips, different races, everybody's moving something to make a little money, to get high, to do all that shit, right? So they aren't really tripping that they get a case or anything, because it's not like really a big thing. They're moving a lot of fucking dope, right? So, and they got Ziggy smuggling the shit in. He's got a chick bringing it to him. He's smuggling it in. So, when they killed Bubba, that's because, the FBI field office, local field office, they have FBI agents assigned to federal pens that, that are assigned to those joints, right? So there was one named Conley. I don't know who the other ones are, but there was one named Conley, an FBI agent that signed 11 with. Well, so he comes in to see Mac in regards to the public killing. And he tells me, he says, listen, we know no whites are going to hit any whites or hit anybody else in these joints here unless it's authorized by the brand. And we know you guys authorized Bubba to get hit. So Mac is talking shit to the FBI agent. He's telling, man, fuck you, Pat. I'll fuck you in the ass, you little clown, suck my dick, blah, blah, blah. So all he did was talk himself into a motherfucking narcotics trafficking indictment. That's what he did. So they fucking, so then Ziggy comes down to the shoe and the EX, and he's sent down there to see me, to come down to see me. They said, go see John. He's fucking running that down there. So they come down there, and I meet him and this and that. We get to talking. He's on the tier with me, and he's wanting to get a motherfucking a fucking a SEAL, Navy SEAL workout fucking thing, and he told his old lady to get some shit off the internet. And a Navy SEAL, man, I told him, I'm going to take you behind the Navy SEALs. So that's where we're going. So, so we get to working out and doing all that type of fucking shit. So what he does is Ziggy pleads guilty because he gets indicted naturally on the Bubba killing, and the grand jury's alleging that, it's Ziggy and other, an Aryan Brotherhood and all that, but other co-conspirators unknown to the grand jury at that time, right? So he's concerned that, the motherfuckers, they're going to keep digging and try to indict Mac and David Sagan, and Big Mark Nyquist, and then branch out from there because it's a brand thing, do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and pleads guilty to second-degree murder. He gets like 27 or 28 years. So, then he's the one that testifies in the fucking Santa Ana racketeering case down there, and he testifies. I got a copy of it. I got a thing from a professor who sent me a letter. I've been working with this professor over 30 years. He sent a thing to me saying, hey, a friend of his that was checking out the AD trial down in Santa Ana a few years back, and there was a guy there named Ziggy, great story, an AD dropout that is testifying for government, and Ziggy told him that I stepped away from, executive functions like the commission stuff because I was going away for, a considerable period of time, and I wouldn't be able to carry out any executive functions down there in the slammer, right? And then he told them, I used to make him work out so hard that they'd be passing out. So, and the professor says, "What the fuck sense does that shit make?" I said, "Well, that's just he wanted to fucking Navy SEAL work out, so I'm gonna work his ass." So anyhow, that's Ziggy, and his name was Greg Story.
Oh,
Fucking Ziggy.
ironic,
So,
right?
yeah. So the thing is where is he at?
I'm not sure. The cat that came on, his name was Ronnie Harrell. I didn't catch his handle, but I know he was NLR and he did time in the state and the feds.
Ronnie Harold.
Herrell.
Harold.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Harold. Damn. Let me see. That sounds kind of familiar.
Just
Where did he do time at?
he did time in California on level 4s. He also has been in Leavenworth and the feds and all that. He said he did take the step, but due to what happened with Ziggy, I, it's not called freeze. I'm not sure what you guys call it, but the NF calls it freeze. He was put on freeze and given the option to step back or just wait it out and see what happens. And he was like, kind of got an inside glimpse and stepped back and just went back to being NLR.
So he's an NLR of California?
Yes, sir. And,
okay. Ronnie Hill.
Yeah. You know how when a man talks and how he presents himself, you can kind of tell, that, okay, he's been around.
Yeah.
So I could tell, just by the way he handled himself. I actually like the way he handled himself. What about Bobby Crane, man, aka New York? I've heard about him, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. New York he was state brand. He's from New York. He was state brand, and he did a lot of time back in the slammer, the shoe in Pelican Bay, and all that. And why? What is he doing?
I think
Where's he at?
I'm not sure. He might be dead. I don't know. I don't want to say because I'll have to look it up. But
Did he die from cancer?
not sure, man. I don't want to put anything out there that isn't factual, So I would have to look it up. And
Okay.
Dan
What
Christensen,
about John Stinson?
Stinson. Oh yeah, he's still
Oh, yeah, Christensen.
Stinson. He just got
Christensen, yeah. I know that name. I know that one.
okay. So
I know that name, Dan Christensen. Yeah, he was one of the fellows.
what was he federal or state?
State.
Okay. And we're gonna do I put a thing out. We're gonna do profiles on some cats that no one ever really hears about, like David Sahakian. I want to get information from you, all stuff that's already been adjudicated, like no secrets or anything like that. No, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But like, putting out the truth because you saw what I sent you with the Tommy type up, right? And a lot of that shit was, they put out. I got that from like court documents, internet, uh, different reporters on what they wrote up and stuff, and then just stories people have told, and then talking to you. But it's always convoluted, and there's always an angle with when you read stuff online. They're trying to make him look bad, like he's just an animal and all this stuff, but he was provoked into this, and they knew what was going on, but they didn't do anything. And I just want to start putting like.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, you got to understand if these are outsiders, and especially like squares, right?
Uh,
They are going to have people in the underworld, they're going to have to talk about them as being animals or this or that or whatever. But here's the thing. In the underworld, being an animal is like a badge of honor. See, this is what they don't get. To them it's, these horrific shit and all that. But in the underworld, especially in the fucking battlefields, having a profile, a name like that, like Tommy's name was T or Terrible T or the Terrible One. That was his name, his nickname. Terrible T, the Terrible One. And that was great, he took great pride in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So these people that, basically are squares, don't know anything about this. Like I read a book one time that somebody in England wrote. It was about like bloodletters and Batman or something. And Tommy was in there. They had a profile on Tommy. Now, I could tell that this guy, whoever wrote it, this was years ago, he didn't know Tommy. He didn't really know any real shit about Tommy. None of that. Some of the stuff he was saying was like trying to make it, factual and serious, but it sounded comical and all of that, right? So they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and I think they're just trying to sell books and make a little money and do whatever, but they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No.
So I've seen a bunch of that, right? So the thing is,
well, you've dealt with it.
They talk about,
with them cutting your
Tommy.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I was going to say you dealt with it before.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, of course. You're always dealing with that. And here's what happens. You got people that, it's like that last book that Pete Early did. He's writing on Tommy, he's writing on Clay, he's writing on Baby Huey. He's got me all in his fucking book.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff he's got on me is inaccurate. It's fucking inaccurate. So the thing is it's like they'll take little events that they hear about or read about or whatever, and then they kind of interweave their own take on it and kind of extrapolate it out and play that as if it's a fact, right? So they really, and I think they're trying to sensationalize it. They're trying to, because you got to remember, for the most part, it's the public that's reading this stuff, and the public wants to be, they want to read this and they want to be thrilled, all the drama, crazy shit, and all that. But they don't know about who the motherfuckers are or really anything about them either.
Oh, press 1 to refuse this brief thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Okay.
So the thing is that most of the people reading this stuff, they kind of get caught up in this whole gang world, prison world shit and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like exciting to them, thrilling to them. It's like, and they want to hear the worst possible shit they can hear about a prisoner, about an individual, a killer, a mad dog killer, this and that. They expect to hear this really dramatic shit, right? That's what they want. That's what they want to hear.
Yep.
And that's what the authors and all them are actually writing too, right? So a lot of them really don't know really what they're talking about, and they really don't care actually, as long as it's sensationalized and all that, and it'll sell fucking books and all that, and it'll bring in a lot of people reading it. That's all they care about, right?
So
So
that,
Tommy was considered a bad guy.
Real quick, John, do you kind of feel like we should put out the truth instead of their sense
We've been putting out the truth.
Absolutely. But like, you know how they're writing books.
I don't say anything but the truth.
Yeah.
I call it how it is, straight up. Now listen, there's stories that I have and levels of my stories that some haven't even seen the light of day yet. And it's not time for those particular stories yet.
Okay.
There's going to come a time for it, but not yet. It's not yet. So the thing is I know a lot of shit about a lot of things, but it's just not, it ain't time to drink that wine yet, man. So, but I don't know. I'm not bullshit. I'm not lying. Everything I'm saying, if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. If I'm thinking maybe and I'm kind of speculating, I'll let you know that. But I call it straight up. I'm not trying to sensationalize it and this and that, blah, blah, blah. I just call it straight up how it is, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is this is my life. This is what I've lived. And all these people that they're writing about, people are reading about, you know, for the most part, I've known most of those people, spent a lot of years of my life with those people, and I know them well, right? And so that's why when they start doing what they're doing, writing and doing stuff they're doing, and bullshit with it, I know that it's bullshit. That's like when I read Ian Irving's book, like I'm saying, Baby Huey. Baby Huey ultimately ended up being an informant and all that, but he was scared. He thought Tommy was going to kill him. So him and another guy named Freddie Williams, they just were kind of like outsiders. So the thing is they, you know, and when Tommy was killing trucks that morning down on B Range, in the back of B Range, underneath D Range right above it. That's where Baby Huey was at. He thought he was coming to take the fucking, they were taking a unit over to come and kill him. And he thought they were doing that because kind of on the side, he had been talking a little shit about Tommy. He kind of had like one of these love-hate things, right? The love-hate thing was he loved Tommy. He wanted to be him, be like him, and all that. And he really couldn't be that. And also, Tommy kind of, Tommy was kind of fucking dog out guys, you know, sometimes. And he would kind of clown them a little bit and all that. And he would do things at times. We'd have conversations about that. I'd tell him, you know, there's no need for you to do that.
Was he a bully?
No need. He was a semi-bully.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, he considered himself at the top of the food chain, and you're going to recognize that, and you're going to kind of code to him, because you got to understand something. Guys that their claim to fame is that they're killers, they expect people to respect them as killers. And it's like Barry. Barry was a killer, but Barry was an ambusher. He was a bushwhacker. And you know, and that's just how it was. And Barry had like this ego, this big ego, and everything he did, everything he was about out there in the sunshine and out in the world in broad daylight, his thing was his ego thing, to be recognized and be cool and do all that. Right? Me and Snail would sit there one time, me, Snail, and Barry are on the control unit outside recreation yard. That's where they built cages out there. Used to just be a green grass and everything in between the H unit and G unit. So there's a heavy bag out there. So Barry would be hitting the heavy bag, but he would hit it, he'd jab it, hit it a little bit, and then he would kind of hit it and strike a pose and kind of turn in a little circle. And I tell Snell, The fuck is he doing?
Putting on a little
He
show.
tries to do that shit, he's gonna get punched. He's gonna get punched right in the back of the fucking head, right?
You never take your eyes off the opponent.
The thing is, yeah, but I mean, his whole thing isn't to hit the heavy bag and really work that bag. His thing is to hit the bag and to look cool. You see, that was Barry's whole fucking trip. Like one time, me and Snell were there, we were fucking around, and Barry's hitting the bag. And I told Snell, "Watch this." I picked up a handball. I told him, "Watch this." And I took it, and I fired the handball that bounced off his head, right? He was fucking dead. He said, "You little bastard," we're laughing like a motherfucker. Fucking little bastard. And I laugh, right? I'm not going to take him that serious. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that, right? So he was kind of one of them guys that felt that he could bully you, not me, but I mean bully some outsider, but you couldn't bully him back. And if you bullied him back, he would play it like, well, I'll fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also, if you put your hands on him, you got to deal with all his brothers.
Yeah, but yeah, all that's true. But I mean, his thing is that I remember we used to have guys on. We'd be on tier stuff. Sometimes motherfuckers get talking shit, right? So Barry be talking shit, and if somebody talks shit back, he'd play a little bit. If they start talking shit hard with him, he'd fucking get a complex. He'd jump up, right? And so, listen, man, if you're gonna play, man, motherfuckers are gonna play back. That's just how it is, you know. And you shouldn't be playing anyhow. You know, you actually shouldn't play anyhow, especially if you're gonna motherfucking get a complex about it and motherfucking jump up and then want to get serious. And don't play at all. Don't even do that shit, right?
If you can't handle it, man, you know, you should. People know themselves, but if you put it out there, you know, that you want to play and you can't take it, people ain't gonna, you know, want to be around you, you know.
Well, but the thing is they're stuck around now.
True.
Because everybody's stuck right there, and then you got people at the top of the food chain that are like that. This is what led with Tommy and Baby Huey. Baby Huey got paranoid. Him and Freddie Williams were, because guys came and told me later when I got back down there from Leavenworth. They told me, man, they were kind of on the outs, Freddie Williams and Baby Huey. Now, when I was there, they weren't on the outs. And I used to look out for Freddie Williams, Baby Huey. Whenever we get weed or a little speed or whatever down the fucking control unit, I break everybody off. I look out for everybody. That's just how I do that, right? And, you know, we play a little bit and this and that, but the bottom line is I'm not going to be disrespecting people. I don't do that. So what happened was Baby Huey got tripping, and he got thinking that Tommy, because him and Freddie were like on the side talking shit about Tommy, and when fucking Tommy started hitting fucking Cluck, Baby Huey thought he was taking the motherfucking unit over to come and get him. Now, Pete Early in his book, what he said was, with that dude, Robert Wilson, the dude out of Boston, that Baby Huey was supposed to hit him and this and that and the whole fucking trip. Well, here's what happened. Tommy says he wanted to get Wilson because Wilson disrespected a Mexican mafia dude, a friend of his. Well, there was a little thing right there, and I think it was Champ. To be honest with you, I think it was Champ that Wilson had a little thing with. But that wasn't the real fucking trip. The real trip was Baby Huey was the porter. And early in the morning, he could go out on the catwalk by the windows, and he had a fucking hee-haw. He's sawing the fucking window up. There's a motherfucking mass exodus is being planned. Well, this was being sawed in an area just a little bit off fucking Wilson's, it wasn't straight up from Wilson's south, but a little bit off, but he could see it. Right after, Baby Huey even said that Wilson looked and seen him sawing it, And it was right after that the cops went and busted it. So the word that, the only fucking deduction people could talk to is that Wilson gave it up. So that's what it was really about moving on that guy. And it wasn't about him cussing out a freaking Mexican mafia guy. That wasn't it. It was that it was felt that he told on that motherfucking the work that Baby Huey was doing, sawing that window out. So what happened is Tommy has got a fucking lead. He's going to wrap it around. It's Wilson, Tumbleweed, and motherfucking Baby Huey out on record. The cell's got boxcars on the front. Tommy's going to call Wilson to the front of the cell. It shouldn't have even been Tommy. There was another guy, we'll just call him Quicksilver. He was the one that wanted to do that should have done it. But, Tommy's, oh man, brother, let me do all the snap, which was a bad move. Because he's too close up front and everything else. It's another story for down the road somewhere else.
Okay.
But the thing is Tommy is going to call Wilson in the front of his boxcar cell when he gets up there. Baby Huey is going to push him into Tommy's cell. Tommy's going to put a rope around his neck, start choking him out. And Baby Huey's got a big ass banger that's probably about 12, 14 inches long, probably about 3 inches wide, razor sharp, double edge, needle point. It's a quarter of an inch thick. It's a fucking bone crusher.
Jesus.
So the thing is, once he pushes him into the power, Tommy starts choking him out. Baby Huey's going to pull the piece, start blowing out Wilson's back. Well, what happens is fucking, it goes down like that. Tumbleweed's on a tear. He doesn't even know this is going down. He's been talking to somebody else in the front of their boxcar cell. Baby Huey pushes Wilson into Tommy's fucking door. Tommy puts the fucking rope around his neck, starts choking him out. And he loses his grip on the rope.
Oh,
and it's not a real thick rope. Yeah, he loses his grip on it. So, and I had been telling him too, listen, man, you need to work that hand grip and wrist grip and all that motherfucking shit on a universal weight machine. So what happens, Wilson's getting loose now. Now he's hollering for help to the cops. Officer, help me. Officer, they're killing me. Officer, help, please help me. I said, fuck. So he gets away. Now him and Baby Huey are wrestling on the floor in front of Tommy's cell. So now Baby Tumbleweed's here. So he comes running down there and takes off on fucking Wilson and all that. He's trying to help Baby Huey. Here comes the cops. Baby Huey takes a swipe at the fucking cops with his big ass piece. And they actually got a case for this. And there was, FBI 302 statements and all that. So the thing is Pete Early says Baby Huey didn't want to hit him because he was a white gangster out of Boston. No, that's all that bullshit. And it was at that point when he didn't hit him that when they were taking Wilson off the tier, Pete Early, the authors, got Baby Huey saying, "Get me out of here too. They're going to want to kill me now too because I didn't stab him. I didn't kill him." None of that happened. That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So the thing is, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, and then I went and seen T, and I told him, "Man, what the fuck happened?" He said, "I lost my grip." I said, "Okay." So I said, "Man," I said, "Shake my hand." I said, "Squeeze my hand." He said, "I am." I said, "No, squeeze it hard." He said, "I am." I said, "No, with every fucking thing you got, squeeze my hand." He said, "Brother, I am." I said, "That's the fucking problem."
Did he have a
soft little Tootsie Roll fingers?
John?
You got little soft little Tootsie Roll fingers.
Did he have like some issue with his hands, or it was just like,
Yeah, he does. You know what it is? He's got. You ever heard of a tender foot? Well, he's got a tender hand. No, that's the truth.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm
He
just
had
saying
no
that.
fucking strength, no real grip in his hands.
That's
And then
crazy.
he's laughing. I told him, when I told him, I said, "Man, you got a little soft little Tootsie Roll fucking fingers." Now he's giggling. He thinks it's funny. It was that mad laugh of his. So the thing is but there's just all kinds of shit in them fucking books that's fucked up. And I'm trying to figure out who this guy is that ended up next to Tommy in D unit at the ADX, because Tommy got out of the Hannibal Lecter cell, the SAM cell, and he was in D unit, which is considered a high security unit, but it's PC, and then like the Unabomb was there, people are there.
But he was,
the Bull was there.
but to be clear,
What?
Tommy wasn't PC. Those other cats were.
No, Tommy wasn't PC.
Yeah.
Tommy wanted to get out. Tommy wanted to get out to the main line. They're never going to let him out the main line. But they've got the University of Colorado, the Denver Law School, fighting to get him out of solitary. So to just make that point moot, they took him out of the SAM cells, put him in D unit, and they got 3 tiers, A, B, and C, and upper and low. They put him on one of the tiers, probably C. I don't know which one it was, but probably C, because there's lesser guys like him in there. Because most of the guys back there want to be back there, like, motherfucking Gas Pipe, he was back there. Sammy the Bull was back there.
So real quick, John.
Lucky Granger was back there. Sonny Burkett was back there. So the thing is, they brought somebody in. Early said in his book that they brought somebody in and put him next to him that Tommy remembered from back in the old days. And I'm trying to think of who the fuck this was, because I know that fucking Randy Gomez, who's Tommy's partner in the club thing, was there before Tommy got there. I know Scotty Fountain, who was with Lucky Granger, and they were both there in D unit. I know Sonny Burkett was there. I know they moved Danny Weeks in there when he got fucking he wanted to be the king rat and got into a squabble with Kevin Roach and Gene Bentley and all them other rats in the H unit, not to be confused with H unit at Marion. The H unit behind Master Control at the ADX was the illegal intelligence unit. That's where they're fabricating case on.
Yeah.
Danny Weeks,
we've been down that road.
So the thing is, when Danny Weeks was put back in the SAM cells where they had me under investigation, then he told me what was going on. I started filing lawsuits on this shit. We busted that out. Then they wanted to get him away from me because I'm the bad guy. So they took him up to L.A., tried to shut him up, brought him back, put him in C block, which was safe, and then moved him to D unit. But I'm wondering, was he next to Tommy?
Maybe. Someone left a comment I want to run by you too.
You want me to call you right now?
Yes, sir. I'll hang up.
Hang up. I'll call you back.
Call ended.